Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Long time no see. What's going on? Hello, Randy Jameson. Hopefully I'm getting to a really wet cycle. The rain here in Arkansas seems to be coming from the northwest and is going southeast. I know we were supposed to get rain the last couple days and we haven't. Now they're saying tomorrow, so we'll see. We could use a little bit though. We haven't had any in a minute. Auntie Ann, what's going on? Greg, hello. Hey, Paul Honeyman, Alan Dixon, hello. What's going on? David Glunt. Prayers and blessings from Eastern Iowa. Can you guys send all that rain to California? I know. I was amazed because you guys know I was in California for a week. There's little Toothless. I weighed her yesterday. She's 4.4 pounds now. She was like, Frankie will remember better than me. I think she was a pound, and she's gone. I think she was a pound when we got her. So she hasn't gotten much bigger, but she's gotten bigger. She's such a cutie. But I was amazed. I guess I'm always slightly amazed when I go to California, like how brown it is. Are you behind? What are you doing? She's old. Agent of Chaos, that one. Dragon. And she's gone. Okay. I tried to show her to you guys, but she had other plans. I don't know what to tell you. Charlene Grady, hello. So yeah, Toothless now, originally was going to stay in Frankie's room for the most part. And that was like her home base. And she still has her home base in there. But during the day, like when Frankie's gone, she's out in the house. And we're still working on jumping on things. She has not jumped on the kitchen counter, but I've caught her on the dining room table. And she tries to get on my desk and on my laptop. And so I've got my squirt bottle and I'm squirting her. But half the time my squirt bottle's upstairs and I'm down here and I see her on the table. It's a whole thing. So I told Frank, I was like, I need you to get another squirt bottle so we can squirt her down here. Because my biggest pet peeve with cats is cats that get on people's counters or tabletops. And every cat that I've ever had that was inside, it's never been a problem. They've just never gone on the counters. Our first cat we had, Jaden, never went on the counters, never went on the tables. Marty has never done it. And he was an outdoor cat when we got him. We made him an indoor cat. Same with Brutus. When he was inside, he never went on the table when he had free reign of the house until he started spraying Mike's clothes. But this one, she wants to get on and in everything. So trying to train her to not do that. It's been a struggle a little bit. Benzin91, hello from Texas. And oh, I thought that was the cat doing that. It was Mike taking his pants back. Jean River Homestead, what's going on, Bobby? What's happening? Julius McKinney, hello from Kentucky. It is 2/3 desert. California is too. It's just always amazing to me because, when you live in greenery, there's really only like a very short period of time down here where things aren't green or turning colors, and then you've got, a few weeks of winter and, rainy, potentially snowy. What are you doing down there, ma'am? She's found my cord. I gotta move my cord. Hold on. She's any excuse to eat a cord. Don't pull on the cord, ma'am. Hey, nope. Hey. She has 11,000 toys in Frankie's room, but every power cord to my laptop and power cord for a cell phone is like free game. She's just into everything. She's a lot, but she's so darn cute. And she sleeps with me a lot. She'll come up and sleep with me because I usually go to bed earlier. And then she'll curl up and sleep with me. And then if she hears a ruckus downstairs, she'll go downstairs and then, she'll go sleep with Frankie for a while. And then she'll wake up and bug Frankie. So Frankie kicks her out of her room and she comes back and sleeps with me. So she just kind of bounces around. She is still a kitten. Bunko is the only cat that I've ever had that I've raised from like a kitten. but he was never even like that crazy because we have brought him in the house several times when we've had bad weather or if he was sick or whatever. And he's just never been like that, I guess. I don't know. He's just more chill. He's not your typical like spicy orange cat. He has his moments, but for the most part, he's not. So get your accoutrement. Mike has to go bush hog. He's racing the weather. So
What's up, y'all?
he's trying to get out there to get some mowing done now that he's off work. So
I literally just clocked out of work. I have like an hour and a half of daylight left, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow and for the next couple of days. So I have an hour and a half of sunlight left and probably 2.5 hours of bush hogging left.
Yeah. Do you want me to make you a salad? Or are you going to eat soup or something?
I probably need a salad.
I'll make you salad. I'll make you a salad. Lanny Houston, hello everyone in chat. Hope your afternoon is going well. That's right. Remember to hit that thumbs up button. That is right. King of the farm, Bunko. Yeah, he was I was doing some yard work this morning and he was definitely supervising as I was pulling weeds. God, this cat, I swear. She's a lot. Yeah, when I was watching Mama V's live just before ours, she's like, "Is that hail?" And I'm like, "Hail? I mean, I know we got down to 60 degrees this morning, but hail? Bless." I mean, she's not where I am. They usually get more severe winter weather than we do here, which is one of the reasons why we moved here, because we didn't want severe winter weather. But you know, it is what it is. Tim from Ridge Life is in the house. What's going on? I saw you got that. I haven't watched the videos yet, but I saw you got that pole barn up for Meredith, where you help supervise it anyway. One of the two. Thank you. Yes, I am back safe. I made it. It was what are you doing? You can't fit underneath the couch anymore, man. Shit, this cat, I swear. I told Frankie, I was like, she's liquid. She's just easily liquid until she gets tired, and then she just curls up in your lap and goes to sleep. She's crazy. So I'll have to check that out. You've been sick for the past 2 weeks, only been out of the house to go to the hospital. You need to get out and mow so bad. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, David. That's no fun. I just got a fire in the fire. Oh, in the fire pit, not put. Going, and steaks on the grill soon. Nice. I'm making Mike a salad for dinner. Don't tell him you're having steak. He'll be jealous. I did make him venison soup the other day, and I did make a venison meat sauce, and I made pasta. So I don't not feed him meat. But I was looking at my venison on the shelf, and I was like, I need to start using some of that because, pretty soon will be deer season and we'll have fresh deer to be putting up. So Pathways Homestead, hello. Back in the saddle, that's right. Sid, were you shocked with the prices in California? Not so much. They were about the same, I would say. But I feel like they went up and came down a hair. Because I think that overall some of the inflation has come down. So even in places like California where it's always way off the charts, it wasn't so crazy. But yeah, I was glad to be home. I was glad to be there. Oh, I wouldn't feed him fake. Well, I have fed him fake meat stuff in the past. I do like a good tofu bake. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy that from time to time. And I have made things with non-dairy cheeses and whatnot in the past that I've made him eat. But if he doesn't know what I've made, sometimes he just, like a lot of times he's not around when I'm making dinner. And a lot of times he doesn't eat dinner until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So, and by then I've gone upstairs to go to sleep a lot of the times. Tonight I'll probably, well, Frankie's coming home tonight. They've got their youth kickoff, their summer church kickoff thing at the country club tonight. So they're swimming right now. We did pantry boxes earlier, and then Alvy Dow took her there, her boyfriend Trey, but that's not his real name. His real name's Alvy Dow. And so sometimes we call him Alvy, sometimes we call him Dow, sometimes we call him Trey. Anyway, he took her and he's gonna bring her home. And I'm like, man, I never see you, kid, because I don't have to go pick her up and take her places anymore because he's always scooting her around everywhere. So, which is great, but also I'm like, man, guys, you're just always off running here and there. So Mare tried to get it past me. Oh no. Tried to give you some fake meat. He still ate it. I'm sure he did. He didn't want to like offend her. If she's nice enough to make him dinner, even if it was fake. Some of that fake meat though, I don't trust. I rather, if I'm gonna have meat, I want meat. If I'm going to have legumes and tofu, then I want legumes and tofu. You know what I mean? Like I don't want like some bioengineered chemical meat-like product unless it's in a Jack in the Box taco. Because I did get those while I was gone because there's no Jack in the Boxes here. I think that company actually started, if not in San Diego, I know it started at least in California, but I think it started in San Diego, or at least I know their headquarters was there. And there's something about those Jack in the Box tacos, man. They're not really tacos, but they just hit and they're really good. So brings back a lot of memories. That was always like my go-to for fast food back in the day. Hi, baby. What are you doing? What are you doing? Little agents of chaos. She's so dang cute. I can't stand it. And she's off. Still terrified of Lundy, by the way. Hisses and spits at her daily. Can't figure that one out. But what are you gonna do? You know? Sounds like my cousin. He has so many names he can't even buy a pew pew. Oh no. Well, his whole name, I'm gonna give his government name now. It's Alvy Dow Griggs the Third. So he's a third, and that's where they got the Trey from, and that's what he goes by. But like we call him all the other names. Oh, what are you gonna do? Get me a bacon sandwich. That's right. Crack in the bag. Yeah, James Hall. I'm telling you, it's underrated. I do love a good Jack in the Box. And I was really excited because I saw they had Jacks, and then I realized that's not Jack in the Box, so they don't have the tacos. But it's like my one thing that I'm like, oh, I miss that. That and Del Taco. Because you could get like a burger, a quesadilla, and those cup of fries. That was like the thing, you know. So they are a must late at night for sure. Those tacos do hit. They really do. And the taco sauce on point. Taco Bell is like close, you know, if you're craving that kind of crappy late night on the road kind of food, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. Better than Albert in a can. I don't know what that is. Woo. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, so got back from California and then traveled all day. I had to be at the airport because I had a rental car. And so the rental car place is not far from the airport, but you got to take a shuttle. So sometimes the shuttles are empty, and sometimes the shuttles are full, and you got to wait for another shuttle. And sometimes the shuttle is not going to your terminal. And the San Diego airport is large, very outdated, but large. And they're in the process, I guess, of revamping it in stages, but it's very antiquated. And so I was flying Southwest, which I like always do. And they had, what are you doing? Oh, did you find, Frankie apparently dropped a Chex Mix or something down here and she's batting it around. And so they're in Terminal 1. So you got to make sure you take the right shuttle so you end up on the right side of the airport. And then not only that, you have to make sure you go through the correct TSA because they kept changing my gates. And so if you go through the gates here and then they change your thing, you got to go out and go through TSA a second time to get to the correct gates. It's even though you're in the right terminal, it's kind of a train wreck. So anyway, I had to make sure I got there early enough, and I was staying about an hour away from the airport. So I left my hotel a little bit before 3 in the morning. My actual flight was at 6:20. So I wanted to pad myself time because you got to schlep from where you put your car. You got to walk a ways to the thing for the shuttle. And then when they drop you off, where we had to pick up the shuttle was way far away. I had to walk for a while when I got to San Diego just to pick up the shuttle to go to the thing. So I was like, I don't know how far a walk it's going to be on the way back. Well, they actually drop you off right in front, so it wasn't bad. But I didn't know that. So I had plenty of time. Prince Albert and a can. I still don't know this. I should go to the diner. It was Taco Bell. It was the only thing closed and open. Yeah. And Waffle House. Oh, I've had Waffle House. I have had Waffle House at all hours now. Yeah. But I never had Waffle House my whole life until we moved to Mississippi. And I had Waffle House the first time in Arkansas. And it was our last morning, our last leg of the journey. And I had Waffle House. And I was like, okay, can't see what everybody's talking about. Because in California, you grow up going to Denny's. So Denny's is like the Waffle House. It's open 24/7. It was always very consistent, the same things on the menu. The areas that we would go to always had the same surly, like waitresses, that looked like they could put up a fight. And they used to have, back in the day, which they took them off the menu several years ago, which made me sad, but you used to be able to get fresh pies there, and you could get a slice of pie. And that was like amazing, but they don't have that anymore. You can only get like, I think milkshakes now and like chocolate, like dessert hush puppies or something. I don't know. IHOP at 4 a.m. That's what I miss, going to the Waffle House. Yeah. I mean, I like IHOP too. IHOP, so we have certain places that were certain things. Like Denny's was like where we would go after he had a gig and working. We would go to Denny's. Or if you were out drinking with your friends, you go to Denny's. If you were going straight home, you would go to Jack in the Box and get tacos. Disneyland, the hotel we always stayed at when we would go to Disneyland, had an IHOP in the parking lot. So that was always Disneyland food. Like, we're going to Disneyland, we're going to go to IHOP in the morning. Get a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, and then now Waffle House is Albie Dow's favorite. So that's where we took him for his birthday. He tries to go to Waffle House whenever he can. He loves him a good Waffle House. So the pancakes are good at IHOP, but I do love a waffle. And it's hard to find, like, most breakfast places either do pancakes or waffles. But the thing I love about Waffle House is they have waffles, and they do that pecan waffle. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. That thing is good. I don't care who you are. That's dessert on a plate. It's so good. I do not remember Sambo's. That must have been more in Northern California, because I don't remember Sambo's, but lots of Denny's. I know that some have closed. The one in Ramona, where I was just staying, where we used to live, is still there, which I was surprised. But every time we went in there, which wasn't a lot, it was busy. Like, so I don't know. And we used to have a Boll Weevil, but it finally, I think, closed down shortly after COVID. But the building's still there. Maybe it's still open. I don't know. It looked closed every time I drove by it. But I don't know, man. Big Boy. I remember Big Boy's Bob's Big Boy. I remember that. And then they got bought out by, there was something in between, and then they changed to, like, Marie Callender's took them over, the locations, at least the ones in San Diego. But there was something in between that Bob's Burgers became, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I remember Bob's Big Boy. I do. That was my grandmother's favorite place to go. And they used to be really cute. They were like 1950s diners, But oh yeah, I never heard of Lions. Oh, is loose tobacco. Okay, thank you, Lanny Houston. I'm like, I have no idea what a can of Prince Albert is. All I could think of is the piercing. And I was like, well, that doesn't, can of sausages? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so California was, it's always hard to go home, and I like it, but it's also hard because it's like, I get to see everybody. I saw the first night, well, first of all, I had a migraine when I left. I threw up when I was getting ready to leave in the middle of the night. Because remember, I had a 2.5 hour drive to the airport. I guess it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, but inevitably I have to stop to go to the bathroom on the way there. So had myself time. And it was pitch dark, I'm driving in the middle of the night. But before that, I was not feeling great. I was having one of my vestibular migraines, but it wasn't as bad as the first one I had. It was like manageable. Like I was dizzy, I was nauseous, I was all the things. And then I like prayed because I was like, I'm literally getting up to like pack my stuff and like get in the car to go. It's too late for me to cancel anything. So I just prayed. And then within, I don't know, 2 minutes, I was like, I'm going to throw up. And I threw up and I felt much better. I was still not right for about 2 days. But I wasn't bad enough that I had to like cancel anything. I still went to my reunion. I was doing fine. I could drive. I was just a little, it felt like it did like week 2 after my migraine, where it still was a little bit not great motion wise, but like I could function. And I had all my pills with me and, was doing all the things. And so when I got into town, finally, after traveling all day, got settled in the hotel and everything. And I went and met my girlfriend, Mars, who I've been friends with since we were 2. She was maid of honor at my wedding. And I told her, I said, fair warning, I'm kind of a mess. Been traveling all day, have not been feeling well, been battling this migraine. And she's like, do you want to cancel? Do you want to reschedule? And I was like, no, because if we try to reschedule, her schedule was going to be crazy and she was going to be out of town for 2 days while I was there. So I was like, no, let's just do it. I'll be fine. Like I have to eat dinner anyway. I haven't had a real meal all day. Let's just do it. So we met for dinner and towards like halfway through, I started feeling better. I think also just getting some like real food in my system was good. But there's a 50s diner downtown Tulsa on Route 66. They have the greasy cheesy burger that would be called a heart attack. Oh, nice. Nice. To the Happy Chef there. Okay, Bob's Big Boy turned into the Happy Chef there. I never even heard of Alliance. I might have heard of it, but I've never been in one. Hello, Janice. I used to get horrible migraines when I was younger. I'm sorry, Christy. It's no fun. And the vestibular migraines are different because it's like your head doesn't hurt. It's not like you have a headache. It's not like you can just like I've had regular migraines before or typical migraines before. And sometimes I've thrown up for them and then I'm, fine within an hour or so. Vestibular migraines are like the world is moving and your head is floating weird. So everything that you see is like in like motion and it feels like your whole head. Anyway, I think it was stress induced. I think I managed to get myself so worked up and nervous about this trip that I gave myself a migraine like literally right before I was leaving because it started the day before and I went to bed really early thinking like, okay, it's fine. This is all in my head. I'm whatever. But anyway, got there fine, whatever. Got settled, had my class reunion, my 25-year class reunion the next day. And that was nice. It was small, but it was nice and it went well. And I got to see some of the people that I cared about. So that was good. And what was that? I saw Tip say something and now I can't find it. My eyes. Oh, where is the old man? Meredith works California time and she is done. Oh, he's done, but he actually just clocked out. He popped in for like a minute. He is racing the clock before the rain comes in tomorrow and the rest of the next few days to get some bush hogging and mowing done. Because we got rain on, was it last Wednesday? We had it come a flood. And of course that made the grass grow and all the things grow because then we were sunny, 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 sunny. So the front yard's grown up again, even though he had just mowed it and all the things. So anyway, and I went and sprayed the gravel today around the edges and stuff because he did buy one of those torch things apparently, but he wanted me to spray it first before we torch it. So it's like only burns, what we want it to burn. It's easier to kind of see the lines of everything, I guess. So yeah, he went out to hog the bush, I guess, as they say. Hello, Scott Singer from Pontotoc. What's going on? Yeah, just finished work and has less than 2 hours of daylight to get 2 hours of bush hogging done. Yeah, I think he said he had an hour and a half of daylight left and 2 hours of bush hogging to do. But they did get a lot done while I was gone. Him and his buddy Ross, he brought the big tractor over and they did a couple passes on the one side that needed it. So they definitely got some stuff done while I was gone, which is, nice. He did the area like in front of the big pasture pen. He had that garden there that was mostly like sunflowers and randomness. And he was gonna put the goats in there and like just throw up the electric fence for a day and let them have at it. But we didn't. I was gone. It was all dying. So he just bush hogged it, which is fine too, because that area needs, all the areas need replenishment, So, but yeah. It's why Tim's videos others doing the work and he doesn't do the work and video it too. I know. Well, there's a lot of times, to be fair, and I understand, like, especially, creators, people with channels that are by themselves 100%. It's hard to video. I don't care. It's hard to video yourself and do the work. Like, it's hard. I much rather be filming them doing something. When I do stuff, I'm like, do I really need to film this? And I'll literally sometimes be like, oh, I should at least film a little bit of it. It's like I don't want to, like, it's a pain, but then I get comments. Well, I haven't gotten them lately, but I used to get a lot of comments of like, oh, you don't do anything. And I'm like, I do. I just don't film it because I hate filming while I'm working. Like, it's just, you gotta remember, stop, move the camera, do this. And that's part of the work. I get it. But it's just like, sometimes life doesn't lend itself to that when you're really in a time crunch for things. And as a wife and mom, I feel like you're always in a time crunch to like, oh, I gotta be here. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta, so it just adds extra time on to everything, I guess. What's up, Sean? Let's trade paint. Oh, that was Sonic, Kathleen. But they stopped doing that years ago. I was so bummed. This was back, let's see, this would have been in 2000, and Mike and I got married in 2005. So it would have been around 2005. We got a Sonic down the street from our apartment complex. And when they first opened, the waitresses still did the roller skates out to the car. And I still, fun fact, have never eaten at a Sonic. I've taken the kids to go get Sonic. I've gone with my friend when she went to go get Sonic. I have still, to this day, yet to get Sonic. Fun fact. But I was like so disappointed when they took away the roller skates because I was like, that's the whole thing that's supposed to be fun. Oh, A&W used to do the skates too. Yeah, I mean, it used to be like a thing that was really popular for a hot minute, So I do remember the A&W. That place used to be the bomb. We used to have one. There was one in Northern California that I went to one time on a trip, and then we had one in San Diego somewhere. I feel like it was at the mall. So it was like in the food court. We had it for a little while. Tim says he loves Sonic. Yeah, I know. I always hear people talk about like the ocean waters and the this and the that and the different drink mixes. And I'm like, I don't drink soda. Once in a blue moon, I drink soda. I maybe drink soda 3 times a year where I'm like, and it's usually when I'm on a road trip where I'm like, man, I could really like, I want a big soda. And I do like, we used to call, I don't know what they call them now, but they used to call them suicides, where you'd mix the different sodas in the cup. That was my favorite. I will always do like the orange soda, Dr. Pepper, maybe a little Pepsi and some Mountain Dew. Like those are my favorites, like mixed together. So, oh, they couldn't find people that actually knew how to skate. That's so crazy. Only like ice cream from Sonic. Okay. McDonald's used to have the really good ice cream when I was a kid. You used to get those little mini cones. I used to love that. I don't even know if they still do the mini cones. I've never seen somebody with them. My daughter will get she's got the app, so she gets free stuff all the time. Today she had points and she could get a free frosted frappuccino, I don't know what thing that she got after school. And but she'll get ice cream from there sometimes. And our ice cream machine in our town has never been down. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's been down at some point, but it's never like it's always working. Like I've never heard anybody complain about it. And it's actually kind of a running joke that ours always works. But I'm really good at roller skating. I should have applied to Sonic back in the day. So Art Flipping Home said, "What's up, Dawn? I love all things Sonic. I used to eat a snack from there almost every day and have about 67,000 McDonald's points. We eat out way too much. Oh my goodness. That's a lot." Thought you were homesteading, girlfriend. What's going on? Oh, they gave her a tiny ice cream cone with your dog. That's cute. I know a lot of places do that now. I know McDonald's ice cream machine is like famously always down, but our towns is never down. I probably just jinxed it. I should knock on wood, but it's like never down. Like the kids are always going there to get ice cream, like all the time. It's nuts. And then our pharmacy has a little lunch counter still, and they have like some days hot dogs or soup or whatever, and then they have ice cream there. So like the kids sometimes will go there to get ice cream too during, depending on the hours. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Too many kids in sports. Yeah, I got you. I get you. I'm too anal about that. Like to me, that gets so expensive so fast that I'm like, nope, we're packing snacks. I was always we're gonna pack our lunch, we're gonna pack our snack mom. Now that she's older and she's driving around with her boyfriend everywhere, they go to Sonic, they go to McDonald's, usually they go eat Mexican food, they go get tacos. So much to the point that the one place they go to Mikasa a lot. The guy there knows them. So like even if she calls in an order, he knows her voice and like he teases her and stuff. Like she's there all the time. They go there at least 3-4 times a week. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was kidding. They go there like 3 or 4 times a week. Like the other night, she gets up the other morning because I always get up with her so I can at least see her before she goes to school. And she pulls out the styrofoam container from the thing, and she had gotten home after I had gone to bed because Trey was bringing her home. And I was like, "What is that? When did you get takeout?" And she's like, "Oh, last night." She's like, "Trey bought me tacos." It was like she hadn't even eaten it. It was like, so she was just, "Hey, Lundy, 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 I 4/4 don't care. Knock it off. It's just daddy. It's either daddy or you're barking at Clover." So our neighbor's horse hasn't had access to the pasture by us for like several months because they put cattle over there for a little while and rotated them through, but now Clover's back out. He gave her a haircut. I got to talk to Ross. I love this horse. I would steal this horse. I would marry this horse. I love this horse, Clover. I call her Clover June. That's not her name. Her name's Clover, but I call her Clover June. Anyway, he gave her a haircut. He cut her mane and he cut her tail. And she looks like a damn donkey now. And I'm so mad because she's the most beautiful blue roan. And he gave her like the hackiest haircut. And I'm like, what did you do to this poor horse? Now, the only thing I can figure is that she does have a knack for getting into the thistles out there. And she would sometimes come up with all kinds of burrs in her mane. But when she comes to the fence line, I comb it out. I'm the one that I comb out her winter coat when she's up here because I can't stand it. Like that's like I do the same thing to the sheep. I'm pulling out their hair, you know. It's like, and I do it with the dogs. I pull their floof, their little floof things out. Anyway, I was like, what? I got to talk to him because I'm like, I can't believe he did that. I was the mom who took the kids to the movies and had popcorn and candy for supper and told them, don't tell your dad. See, I would be I would bring my big purse to the movies and we would make the popcorn at home. I'd put it in, wait for it to cool down, put it in the Ziploc bag, put it in my thing. I would pack the candy, that was we always did that. So it's so expensive at the movies. Even when I was a kid, I remember it was like a lot. So we would always pack stuff. We would pack sandwiches sometimes and put them in the big purse, I know. I don't know, man. Reminiscing. I can't even. Last time I ate at McDonald's was not my choice. It was my last day in California almost 6 years ago. I'll never eat there again. Yeah. I don't eat. Let's see. I think since we've moved here, I think I've gotten McDonald's twice. And I've just gotten the nuggets. There's something very comforting, like from your childhood about the chicken nuggets. But like, other than that, and that sweet and sour sauce, does kind of hit, What's up with these kids that ask, what else? What happened to, would you like something else, right? I know. Go to the drive-in movie. I go to the Dollar Tree and we stock up on the snacks. I'm cheap. Yeah, we used to do that too. We used to have a drive-in down the hill from us, and we used to go there a lot. But they actually closed it down about a year ago, which is sad. Now it's just a flea market lot. It's very sad. There was a restaurant downtown that would come out to you on roller skates back in the 60s. Oh, that's cool. Bologna sandwiches and chips, man. Oh, your daughter worked at McDonald's, so that's how you got so many points. That makes sense. That makes sense. I've always done Dollar Tree for stuffing the stockings for like the candies that I'm going to put in the stockings. I always did the Dollar Tree. Like whatever they had there that was kind of like cute or looked interesting, I would throw in there. So a lot of times have the SpongeBob gummies or whatever, and I would always put those in her thing. Oh, Arby's used to be so good. The horsey sauce. You're not wrong. Yeah, Arby's kind of died down, and then they kind of had a resurgence, and now I think they're just kind of existing. But like, you know, yeah. And then Cracker Barrel, that used to be, I know that's been in the news a lot lately this week, but Cracker Barrel used to be, and I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in a minute. I think I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel since we stopped at one, I want to say it was in Arkansas on the way back from like either a meetup or from Freedom Weekend or something, like 2 years ago. And it was like fine. It was okay. I mean, it's never been great. You know what I mean? Like it's always been a little bit, yeah, but it serves what it is, you know? So, oh, see, now I like Hardee's, which in California is Carl's Jr. And Carl's Jr. used to be really, really good. So I don't know. They did. I know. I saw they brought back the original logo. But I did see a whole thing where the family that had a handshake deal with the original, I guess, founder of Cracker Barrel, that they made the peg game that's on the table. They met with them in February, was it? I think she said. And they basically canceled 80% of their deal with them to where they were finding somebody else to manufacture the games that were going to be sold in the storefront. And they were only going to let them supply the games on the table. And this whole business was built around supplying these Cracker Barrels. And so they had to sell everything off and close down. And it's really sad. So now they're like, I guess, getting them made in China or something. And it was a little US company that this guy had been friends with this gal's grandfather back in the day. And they had a handshake deal about this. And so it's kind of sad. So I haven't gone to Jack's yet. So I don't know. I don't know. They fired the 3-year-old that made the new logo. Did they fire her? I didn't hear that. I do know that they are bringing back the other logo. I did hear that, but I didn't hear about her getting fired or anything. But that was a lot of backlash over a logo. I was surprised at how crazy that got. You know, kind of nutty. But you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But anyway, so yeah, he's out there bush hogging. I got some stuff that I got done in like the garden bed out here. I couldn't believe how many saplings had grown up in there. And I did the ripped out all the vines that were excessive. And then I sprayed down the driveway because the grass was starting to move into the ground. You can't weed whack it. And it's like grass, so you can't pull it out even by hand. I mean, I get in there when I weed, I do most of it by hand. And so anyway, so I had done that, and then I took the weed whacker and I did do a little bit of edging like around the house. I didn't go down the driveway. I might do that tomorrow morning because I wanted to let the stuff I sprayed sit, but it's so tall there. I'm gonna kind of go whack it down a little bit so it doesn't look so awful. That's true. She did say she was going to change everything. Yeah. Well, funny story. I had gotten my renewal. Those of you who don't know, I'm a pharmacy technician by trade and have been my whole life, but I don't work as a pharmacy technician anymore, but I've kept my license active since I quit pharmacy. And I was certified for a number of years, but I let the certification fall off because at the time I thought, whatever. It really only matters if you're going to move states and try to transfer your license. Of course, I moved. But anyway, so I don't have a Mississippi license, but I still have my California license, which California has some of the more stringent laws. So if I were to try to apply, I should look and see what it would be to apply for a Mississippi license, just so I have it. It's one of those things that's like, once you have it, you don't want to let it lapse kind of thing. Anyway, so, but I don't like the idea of giving California my money to renew my license either. Screw them. Anyway, especially because it says on there, Gavin Newsom. I'm like, "Meh." So anyway, um, I'm going through, they had this questionnaire I had to fill out, which this was new. It all was online. Normally you'd get a thing in the mail, you'd fill it out, you'd send your check, you'd send it back, right? That's how this was, and you do that every 2 years. And I've done that every 2 years since I got my license when I was 19. So I thought, well, this is weird. Like it says you can't finish renewing your license until you complete this survey, and you haven't completed the survey in the last 2 years. And I'm like, okay. Well, one of the options in like every question is decline to state. So I just declined to state everything. It was like, where are you currently working? Are you currently working? How long? What's your secondary? What's this? What's that? It's like stuff. I'm like, you don't need to know any of my business for no reason. Like you can't. Me my license because of it. So anyway, so it just basically declined to state on like everything except for like, are you military question. And then I go to hit renew and it says, have you completed your 1 hour of uh, certification, or I'm sorry, of continued education in cultural, shoot, I forget what it was, but it was like cultural uh, something, consistency, something. I don't know. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I Google it. It's basically a 1 hour course that is not defined, or there is no adopted place that you can go take this course that's like certified or that like officially counts. Like it's not regulated at all. You can basically whatever. So you're supposed to take a 1 hour course on how to more incorporate the LGBTQ patients and learn to use pronouns and to handle them and to understand their feelings and how to interact with them in a pharmacy capacity. And I was like, you have got to be absolutely kidding me. If that's not the most California thing that I've ever heard in my life, I thought that was just absolutely ridiculous. So, exactly. That's basically what I did, Drop. That's exactly what I did. I figured I lived in California long enough and I know all of that stuff. And so, yeah, it's completed. So anyway, I still have my license, but I just thought that that was interesting, and that's all the more reason why I will probably look into transferring my license to Mississippi officially and becoming licensed here instead. Because, and it was funny because I had to go to my pharmacy today, and Steve that owns the pharmacy, he's cousins with the family that we know that live right here that we're so close with. And I said, "Oh, Mr. Steve, you'll get a kick out of this." And I proceeded to tell him, and he just kind of shook his head. He was like, "Oh my, that's," I said, "Is that not the most California thing you ever heard?" Like, absolutely crazy. I know. And I was talking to the clerk at the pharmacy about it, and she's like, she's like, "I'm not gonna stand here and lie to people and tell them they're, a wizard or whatever. I'm not gonna tell them they're something that they're not. If they appear to be one thing, and if their name and their insurance say they're this, that's what I'm going to refer to them as." And I said, "Yeah," I said, this is the medical field. We go off biology. We don't go off of delusions or feelings. Like in the medical field, it needs to be, it's black or white in the medical field. I'm sorry, specifically. It's very, you have to know. There are some things that men can take that women can't. And there's something like that's important, you know? So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Hey, Kristen Amy, what's going on? Leonard Mountain Homestead. What's crack-a-lackin'? What's crack-a-lackin'? I know, I feel like I haven't done a live in 2 weeks, you guys. Like, yeah, the truth does sometimes hurt, right? I know exactly. Would you like a cat litter box with that? I know. Look, I'm all for, you know, people doing what they want, as long as it's not hurting anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for the Second Amendment. I'm all for people being able to love who they want to love and do what they want to do with their life. Okay. I ain't a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when you want to include me in that delusion or force other things upon me that are ridiculous. And we're talking for a percentage of the population that is so minuscule. And half of those people, because that number has grown recently, I would say I would say more than half have other mental illnesses that have made them think that that's what they are, and they're not. I think there are genuinely some people that there's something not quite right in, sometimes there's anomalies in nature, right? We've all seen it. If you've raised animals long enough, you've occasionally run into some kind of weird anomaly when you're raising animals or just being on the planet. And so, yeah, I think that can happen with people too. I'm not saying they're a mistake or that God made a mistake. That's just an anomaly. It's something that happened, right? But that doesn't mean that the whole will of the other, 99 billion have to kowtow to this one. That's my thoughts on that. So there, do with that what you will. Right, cutting a dog's balls off doesn't make him female. Exactly. 100%. That's true. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I think we've gone so far, not to get political tonight, but while we're there, like Riley Gaines, like I'm a big supporter, follower of her and her work because I, we went through so much as women, like women, to be able to have our own sports, to be able to have our own safe spaces, to be able to work in certain arenas, to be able to do certain things, right? And now we're taking this giant step backwards with allowing men to infiltrate our safe spaces and take away from our sports wins of our girls and young women that are athletic because they feel like they're a certain gender. No, I'm sorry. Find something else to do. I think you should automatically be disqualified from certain things if you identify as the opposite way that you were born. Like, find another path. It's like if I don't have great vision, I could never be a fighter pilot. I could never be a fighter pilot because I don't have great vision. You know what I mean? So it's like if you don't fit the criteria, you don't get to do it. I will die on that hill. So that's right. What people do in their beds is their business. If you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be straight, be straight. You want to, well, I don't know about that. I would prefer if we keep it out of the bestiality, but that's me. Washing windows. So just kind of listening. Hello, Jen. What's going on? You're going to California in a couple weeks, aren't you? I seem to remember you saying you were going in September, if that's still happening. I just don't remember when in September you said you were going. Yes, I am. Confirmed. Oh, she is? Right on. When is she coming? Something I've seen in Iraq and Afghanistan can't be unseen. Oh no. Say less, Dawn. Say less. Everyone sins differently. I'm not here to judge others on how they sin. Yeah, I get that. But also, I don't know, bestiality and pedophilia are two things that I can't I just can't endorse. Ah, men and women's sports is making women a third class citizen 100%. And even just safe spaces at the gym or in public restrooms, it's like, I don't know. It's just like we have enough things that we have to be fearful of. And there's a line I think too between when it becomes a weird fetish for them and when it's actually like at their core they're very feminine and they identify as being female. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. October for Kay's senior night. When is senior night? I don't even know when that is. I haven't looked at the thing. I know I'll be there, but because Frankie, obviously. I know your last baby's leaving the nest. Years ago, I had a woman think she could touch me without permission. She was all hurt when I said, heck no. If it was a man, she would have got her lights knocked out. Oh, yeah, 100%. Does that include me? October 10th. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they've got the home game that night, right? And then Saturday, Frankie's got that competition in Tupelo. But again, oh, it's for cheer. Oh, but so it's not a football game. Is it a home game that night? I don't know. Oh, no DDS tonight? Uh-oh. I hope they're all right. 100%. 100%. Oh, okay. All right. When you said it was a cheer thing, I thought it was maybe something different. But like I know senior night is senior night. So okay. All right. Well, I'll be there for that. Yeah, exactly. I think when young teens and young adults say they identify as mostly first time. Yeah, because it was like the trendy thing to do. I think it's starting to come out of that. Like the current like high school age generation is kind of coming out of that. But I think there's definitely some people in their 30s and in their early 20s right now that fell into that gap of like, this is the cool thing to do. So I don't know. Soccer has their own thing. I don't give two hoots about soccer. I'm just kidding. I don't. I don't know. Frankie might drag me to a game though because it's Dow's senior year too. But I know she went to the one thing. I don't know. Christy Betts got to go put animals to bed. Have a safe holiday weekend, everybody. Oh, that's right. This is a Labor Day weekend, isn't it? Well, blessed. Who knew? And I have to work the concession stands on Friday night, Jen. For Pete's sake, I hate it. I have to, and I'm gonna miss the halftime show, which I didn't realize. But they made me sign up for it, and I don't want to do it. The cool thing is to be a flamingo. Okay, I missed something. I don't know. I'll need you to take a ton of pictures if you're going to be there. Where am I going to be? Oh, at the game? Are you? Oh, you won't be at the game? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. You'll have to text me because I have no idea. Okay, I'm so confused. We're all pink flamingos. 10-minute warning. See, I've just been jibber jabbering. I don't even know. Yeah, I know. I can't believe I have to work the concession stand, but hopefully I'm working the window because I do not want to be back there wrapping hot dogs and trying to whatever. I'd rather just work the window and keep it like, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know what I mean? Like I told Mike, I was like, this is gonna be a struggle bus for me because I'm gonna want to revamp the whole thing and make it run better because it frustrates me every time I get in that concession line. And he's like, bite your tongue, don't do it, don't do it. I'm like, I don't know if I can. Labor Day snuck up on me too. Well, it's also kind of early this year because it falls on September 1st. And usually you get at least a few days into September before you have Labor Day, but it's like September. So, but I did put all my fall pillows out. Was it yesterday? Day before? I don't know, but I did it. So I got my fall stuff out. I put out a couple of my fall candles. I think I have a couple more summer candles that I got to put down and put my fall scents out because I like to have my fall scents and my like spring and summer scents. And like I have my fall and winter scents. So I gotta switch my candles out. DD5 thinks it's just sinus stuff they're dealing with. Oh yeah, that's a bummer. Well, I hope they get to feeling okay. The kids usually work window, adults do the back. Oh no, because she asked specifically, because I've had adults at the window when I've gone up there before, and she did ask specifically like who's comfortable working the window in our stupid group chat. I have too many group chats. I'm not a fan. I want to leave that group chat really badly, but I can't. Anyway, so I did volunteer to do the window, but she did not neither confirm nor deny that I am working the window. So I have no idea, but whatever. If I show up and they don't need me, I'll be like going back because I have to go 5 minutes before the end of the second quarter. I'm supposed to head back there, and I've never I don't know, whatever. Time to put away the white. I don't know what that means. After they pushed soccer on me in elementary school, I have hated it ever since. Yeah. Maybe you try to organize everything, they will kick you out and you can see the halftime show. Maybe. It is a mess. You don't even understand. They don't have the lines are not clear. Nobody ever knows, like there's a cash line and then there's like the cash app line. And so nobody is ever in the right line. It's just always chaotic. I'm like, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. It really is. So, I mean, I could have that thing whipped into shape in like 5 minutes if they let me. It would be running like a well-oiled machine and people would be in and out of there. Boom. So we'll see. I'm either all the other moms are gonna hate me back there, or all the other moms are gonna be like, oh my gosh, you've worked in restaurants before? Like, this is amazing. It's so fast right now. I know. Oh, no wearing white after Labor Day. Got you. True story. True story. I know. I'm going to try not to, but it's really hard. You know, I don't thrive well in that kind of chaos. I know. I don't thrive well in that kind of chaos, and I'm going to want to make it. I have to organize things. It has to be done. I'm just saying. Yeah, but you're right. It's not worth it, and I don't want to face the wrath of all the band moms, but we'll see. We shall see. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's after Labor Day 2024, so when do we get the white back out? Dear Mississippi debutantes still enforce the fashion policy of when allowed to wear color white clothing. The dog catcher, I don't think so. I mean, I think that's such an old thing. There's certain things that I still kind of keep to. I generally don't wear white after Labor Day before the new year. I generally, like, I would never wear black to a wedding unless it was a like black and white wedding where all the guests wear black, you know. I would never wear a really bright color to a wedding. Like, we're talking like red, hot pink, like whatever. Because you never want to try to steal attention from the bride. So that's just like, you just don't do that. That's how I was always taught. Certain things that you don't wear to a funeral. Even if the person doesn't want you to wear black, like, you know, it's just very like, I don't know. I'm just old school. I don't wear white very often because it's inevitably I'm gonna spill something, a dog's gonna jump on me. It's not gonna end well. So I don't generally wear white. But I have a few things that are white and I do wear them occasionally. But like, I have to like know the situation. I have to know that where I'm sitting is going to be clean because I don't want the back of me to be, you know. So also, we need to talk. I have so freaking much to tell you. I know oh girl, I have so much to tell you too. I used my money to go get out of doing the snack bars. Oh, is that I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know I could buy my way out of this. Like, shoot. 4 minutes left. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I think, well, yeah, when it's hot, I think it doesn't matter. People will wear lighter white, you know. So busy. Brooke moved in and probably leaving. I knew she moved in. I actually saw Brooke at Pantry Boxes last month. So I knew she had moved in, but I did hear Frankie told me something in passing about something, but I don't know details. So the white dress you wore Freedom Weekend made you glow in the dark. I love that dress. It's one of those athletic dresses. I love that dress. And the nice thing about that one is even when it does get dirty, it's really easy to get it off of there. Like, those dresses don't stain. I've tried, trust me, and I have not been able to stain them, and I am good at staining stuff like that. But yeah, it just kind of comes right off. So, girl, I'll buy my way out of anything. That is the truth. I love the earring stack. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forget I have those until somebody says something. They're all individual too. It's not like a clip-on. These are all separate piercings. I wash laundry in well water, no white clothing, towels, or bedding purchased in years. Yeah, true story. Doesn't look good in that white dress. Well, thank you. I got them on Amazon. They had like the different sizes of them in like a kit. I had bought over the years like different ones and I kept losing them and they weren't all, these are like all the stainless steel or whatever, plated surgical steel, something. Anyway, they're the ones that don't get nasty. Um, and so anyway, so I finally found a set that was like actually like graduated and like put those in there. So, you know, your dad calls it shrapnel. My dad used to call it shrapnel. That's so funny. He did. He used to call me shrapnel ears. Aw, I love that. They don't have screw backs. I have not, I know that now those are like all the rage, but back in the day, I've had these I started getting them when I was 13 and I think by the time I was 16, I had all these, I feel like. Um, or maybe by the time I was 18, but like, yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd have to find them. I mean, I've had these for a long time, long time. Like maybe they're not on Amazon anymore. I don't know. I'd have to look. I have no idea. But yeah, if you look on Amazon, look, I think I just looked up like graduated sizes of like cubic zirconium um surgical steel and found them. But if I think about it and can find the ones that I got, that's the other tricky part. I think I've had these for probably 10, 15 years. I don't know. 2-minute warning. I know it's time for me to go, guys. I got to go make my man a salad. So anyway, I will probably, Jen, I imagine, see you at the home game this Friday. It'll probably be the first time I've seen you in months. But anyway, everything's back. What did they use? So irritated. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you there probably. I'll be in the stand for like most of the first half. So I told Mike if he goes, he has to video her performance because I'm gonna miss it. Anyway, so spear. Yeah. Hi and bye, Larry. I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. I guess there is no DD5 tonight, but go check out MT Homestead at 8 o'clock and Brian at Vineyard. I can't talk. Vineyard Farmhouse, and then 10 o'clock you get Old Man King Homestead, which I don't know if he's actually going live because I know he had some health issues this week. So there's that. Hello, Jerry Jones. Thank you, Jen. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, stay blessed and safety is all.